And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How you guys doing? Sorry about that little interruption. Today is March 7th, 2022, and your girl is back with another solo edition of Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How you guys doing? Well, I'm okay. For those who know, they know I'm not gonna keep talking about it, but I am. So. So I want to get on because something I saw on Twitter really made me want to get on and talk to you guys. And it was Svetlana Khorkina's and basically several Russian gymnasts support of the war in Ukraine. They are saying that Russians are liberating Europe from the Nazis once again. And a lot of our favorite, infamous gymnasts who competed for the Russian Federation or the Soviet Union are on the side of the Russians in this situation. Svetlana Khorkina, we all know, made a very inflammatory tweet basically praising the Russian government for everything they're doing. There was a Russian male gymnast. He take the Russian symbol, which is a Z, for their triumph over the Ukraine. And I just wanted to talk about it. And even Elena Prudhanova, yes, that girl, the one who the famous vault is named after, even liked the tweet and is showing signs of support. Now, we have Tatiana Gusu, who is standing up for the Ukraine, but she's Ukrainian. So that makes sense. But this mainly goes to the people who are of Russian descent and of Belarusian descent, any former Soviet gymnasts who are supporting um, Russia in this scenario. Um, I'm just coming down to break down some of my opinions and some things I've been thinking about. First of all, was Svetlana Khorkina. What she said was dumb as fuck. What she said was cruel as fuck. But I'm asking the gentleman to extend to her a little grace. Yeah, that's right. I'm asking for the gentleman to extend to her a little grace. Svetlana Khorkina basically grew up, and I'm not saying this is right, but I can understand how the Russian citizens can feel like their government is on the right side of this issue. Now, I hate to compare apples to oranges because I'm comparing apples to oranges, but fuck it. We're here now. Let's do it. I feel like a lot of the times America is on the wrong side of history on some shit. And as American citizens, it's our patriotic duty to be patriots and to support our government no matter what it was doing. Even the era of Donald Trump, a lot of the shit that he was doing, we didn't agree with, but we still was going to be America first, if that makes sense, right? So I can see how if the Russian citizens feel like their government is right, why they would want to show support for their government. A. B, it's illegal to go against the government right now. You can go to jail. So what we need to realize is people like Svetlana Khorkina, Elena Prudhanova, all of these are now Russian figureheads. They're not. It's not the same thing like it is in America, where you get to win your gold medal, you get to make money, and you get to be you and still have your solo opinions. It's not like that. They don't get to have opinions. They have to be on the side of the Russian government, and a lot of them think of it as them being patriots. It's 100% brainwashing, which is basically the moral to the story. So, yes, let's criticize, let's block, let's hashtag, let's do all the things, but let's also understand that these people have been brainwashed. But with that being said, I thought Black Lives Matter. I thought that's what So are we just saying African American lives matter when we saying Black lives matter? Because if Black lives matter, then on the flip coin, the shit that the Ukrainian government is pulling, I can't support that either. I'm not saying that I want them to be taken over by the Russian government, but I can't sit up here and say I fully support the Ukrainian government either. Not when they are actively telling their black citizens they cannot leave before the white people. There was this black young lady. She is going to Ukraine to become a doctor. She's coming from her African country, and she went to Ukraine. She's studying to become a doctor. So when the war started and Mama was trying to leave, she got to the train station. She was one of the first people in the train station. They would not let her leave. They told her specifically, the white people come first, then the Indian people. Then if we have time to deal with y'all black asses, then y'all can leave. So what's the tea? Like, wasn't we just mad at Alexis Jeffrey for some racist bullshit? So then, how can we, as people, as this American, as us as Americans, right, turn around and be like, well, when we say Black Lives Matter, we're only talking about the Black Americans because the Black Ukrainians don't mean shit because they don't mean shit. So while their country is in the middle of a war and getting bombed and getting murdered and getting killed, they still have time to tell their black people, y'all aren't good enough. Y'all black asses need to stay here and just fight and die. So I thought Black Lives Matter. So with all that being said, I want to talk about how this war in Ukraine and all of this stuff affects our sport, gymnastics. Secondly, figure skating, all the artistic sports really, rhythmic gymnastics, regular gymnastics, figure skating. I thought the Russians would be getting banned because of the doping scandals that happened at the recent Winter Olympics. Russia ended up getting banned because they want to start a war in Ukraine. Either way, the Russians are banned, so that's a good thing. But is it? Because I feel like the issue, and I know a lot of the people who are in this sport keep saying raising the age isn't the solution. The countries are just going to fix the age system again. In the NBA, in the NFL, and in baseball, the fans still who love their sport. You think the gym internet is bad? Go to football Twitter or basketball Twitter or baseball Twitter, and you'll understand what sports fans are truly like. With that being said, now I feel like us as fans need to not be so loyal to our individual people that we like, that we allow the countries they compete for to run amok. The same way I feel like Russia should be banned from competitive sports. If any team stood up there and said that they feel like the Americans should be banned for the way they handled the abuse scandals with Larry Nassar, I would sit up there and agree with them, and I would be like, "Yep, America should be banned." We cannot allow we have to love the sport more than we love the individual athletes. We have to love the sports more than we love the individual countries. If we want the sport of gymnastics to flourish, we have to punish some individual athletes for the system that was in place to get them to the point that they are at now. Is that necessarily fair? No, but that's what has to happen. The reason why Valeria Lukin is even in the running to become national team coordinator again is because all this lip service that us in the gymternet keep saying, at the end of the day, we're still gonna watch gymnastics. There's nothing that they can possibly do. Maybe it's there's nothing that's gonna stop us as the fans from watching the sport. Our eyes, our dollars are still going to be sponsoring the sport. So until we get that situation, like We have to be fandoms like the basketball players and like the football players. Like, the reason why the kneeling thing was such an issue is because even the football fans who love football now stopped watching, and it became an issue. At the end of the day, with Larry Nassar, have we stopped watching? No, we watch even harder. So there's no fucking incentive for anything to really fucking change. We have to stop. Or we have to stop watching NBC and just stream the. We have to really, as the fans, prove to the Olympics that yes, the shit that y'all do matters, and yes, y'all can do stuff to cause the fanship to stop. They're playing the long game. They're playing the long game with us in gymnastics and with us in figure skating. And the long game is, yes, y'all are mad at us now, but at the end of the day, y'all are gonna forget. And we're gonna put out some new little superstar who's gonna do a new little trick that y'all have never seen before. And y'all is gonna forget all the horribleness. It happened in gymnastics. Y'all don't understand what they did in gymnastics to us as the fans. They're totally changed the narrative of Simone Biles and everything. She went from Simone Biles, who was getting ready to bust open USA Gymnastics for everything that they did, and they changed the narrative to, oh my God, look at all the tricks that Simone can do. Oh my God, look at how great she is. Oh my God, she's the GOAT. And it's almost like the Larry Nassar thing is like secondary when it has to be first dairy. And it's the same thing with the Russian doping scandal. It's the same thing with these Russian gymnasts who feel like they can sit up here and publicly be, it's not racist, whatever Ukrainian is to the Ukrainian people, is we as the fans have to hold these people accountable. And unless we as the fans are willing to take away viewerships, miss a couple competitions, not watching the Olympic Games or two, there is really no incentive for it to stop. If we want the ISU or the FIG or the USAG or the European Gymnastics Association or Great British Gymnastics or figure skating or whatever it is to actually hold these people accountable, we are fucking playing with our own emotions. We have to do it. We have to be the ones to be like, oh, okay, well, okay, if you guys hire Valeria Yukin, we're gonna stop watching. And it don't matter. Because if we don't watch, it don't matter. But we're not willing to make that step. And until we're willing to make that step, we are just offering it's let me tell you guys something. It's just like going back to the Twitch thing last night when I was cheering against UCLA. I'm cheering against UCLA not because I want Nora, I'm sorry, Nora Flatley, Nora, Mars, Jordan, Shay, all of the girls I like, Sakai, to suffer, but they have to suffer in order for shit to change. That's just the way the world works. If we're gonna sit up there and say, well, it's not fair that Jordan shouldn't miss her first when she's a freshman, she's gonna have three other more chances to make a national championships. Through all the racism shit with Alexis Jeffries and all the shit they went through, the whole team should be banned from postseason for 2 years. That's how I feel about it. And if that's not gonna happen, then what? Then y'all want them to be successful and want them to make NCAA finals for what? Then you think that's the way they're going to get rid of Chris Waller? No, they're going to look at this season as a success, and they're going to paint some kind of Cinderella story and act like he's the coach of the year. Wake up, gym fans. Wake up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A lot of you guys are white, privileged, and young, so y'all don't understand. Wake the fuck up. We have to boycott the sport. Figure skating fans, it's the same shit. If you want some change, we have to stop watching the sport. A whole cycle, a whole quad. Pay them dust. Pay them shit. It don't matter what sponsorships they have. If we don't fucking pay attention, the sponsorships means nothing. If we don't pay attention. But as long as our eyes are gonna be glued onto the TV, as long as at this next World Championships, this next Olympic Games, this next NCAA championships, you know why nothing is going to happen with Chris Waller? Because nothing happened with Dana Duckworth. And why nothing happened with Dana Duckworth? Because us as the fans, we're not willing to do the one thing that it would take for it to cause change, which is to stop watching. Turn the TV off, bitch. But not on Michaela Loves Gymnastics and not on the Blunt Chat. Now, as you all know, this bitch on the Blunt Chat named Michaela has been coming for me ever since I let her get the password to this account. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put out a little peace treaty. I'm gonna tell the bitch that she can have the Blunt Chat podcast. I don't want it. I want Michaela Loves Gymnastics. That's the brand that I built. So that hoe can have the Blunt Chat podcast with Addict's ass. And we're gonna be over here with Michaela Loves Gymnastics. And that's just what it is. See you guys in the next one. Bye.